What was banned at your school and why? Flipping water bottles. They had ledges for windows above the doors and people were throwing water bottles up there and getting them stuck. So if you flip a water bottle, you get in trouble. That's stupid. Not just the punishment for it, but just the fact that people do that for entertainment. Animals. Somebody thought it would be funny to organize an unofficial bring your pet to school day as a senior prank, and the result was that everybody with allergies nearly died. Manga. Because in the opinion of the vice principal, it was all smut. That is so lame. This wasn't at my school, but at the rival middle school across town. They put a ban on the word kill. Teachers couldn't even use it in their lectures. Apparently, someone or a few people told one girl to delete herself, and she got triggered and went to guidance complaining about it. Then the principal put a ban on the word kill. I understand banning swear words. I understand being like, hey, don't say poop or fornicate in the swearing way, because I swear a fair bit. I try not to, because it's not very classy. Cooking is an impractical art. Today, everyone can just buy pre-made meals and no one has time to cook, or they could be smart and hire a personal chef. This boiled my blood. Who the heck says this? Cooking is so a practical art. Way to go, jackhole principal, or whatever you call him. Teaching children that laziness is the key to society, that it can just be done for you. So wait, cooking was banned at the school? I mean, children shouldn't really be cooking at school because all kinds of things could go wrong unless under supervision. Imagine if that was the general rule, school dinners consisting of, cold pre-packaged pigs in a blanket or something, or sushi meal packs that you can get from the store. Although, yeah, that is kind of telling kids be lazy, don't learn how to cook or anything like that. I love cooking. I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. Most makeup could only wear mascara and had to be upperclassmen. Those finger fortune tellers because it was related to witchcraft, but literally Catholicism is the most superstitious out of the demographics. We bury a statue of Joseph to help sell our house. Now, is that not also witchcraft? Any sweatshirts that didn't have the school's logo, purses? It was Catholic school, so there's not much to get banned anyways. I wouldn't say Catholicism is the most superstitious. I'm pretty sure all religions, if you look enough into them, have really weird rules and at least believe in some form of superstition or just some absolute bollocks. I can't possibly remember all of the dumb rules, but in middle school we weren't allowed to wear hats, carry backpacks, leave the cafeteria during lunch, or walk back to our lockers to pick up something we forgot at the end of the day. After we'd already walked to the front of the school, they were afraid we were going to be doing illegal substance deals back there. This was an affluent suburb. I was once sitting in the front hallway waiting for my friend who I was going to hang out with after school. Eventually, she, a white girl, came out, but then realized she'd forgotten her binder, so she begged to be allowed to go back and get it. They begrudgingly let her. Then, a few minutes later, a black boy also asked to go back to his locker, and they said no. One of the middle schools I went to banned all backpacks that weren't either mesh or clear plastic, which led to crappy backpacks that had to be replaced every couple of months, because adults had to be able to make sure that you weren't carrying anything illegal or had weapons. The school had a problem with a couple of rival gangs, and having nearly 3,000 kids packed into a school designed for 1,000 at the most, so part of it made sense, but the backpacks we were allowed were so utterly pieces of crap because they were so cheaply made. My high school got rid of soda machines, which if you dug up a yearbook from 6 or so years ago, there were pictures of those soda things you find at gas stations and most restaurants, and there used to be a vending machine that sold candy and soda. So they banned students from bringing in baked goods to celebrate birthdays as well as candy for health reasons. The utterly hilarious thing about these bans was that we had what was called the senior store, where candy, soda, energy drinks, and just about everything banned for health reasons could be obtained. So they didn't ban it, they just made it that you had to pay them for the stuff that you wanted. That kind of makes sense. I'm pretty sure on a lot of those vending machines, it's people come and collect the money from them. I'm not entirely sure about the logistics of it, but I'm pretty sure the school doesn't own those machines really, which would make even more sense as to why they would just set up a store for you to get these things, because if someone damages those machines, I'm pretty sure the school has to do something about it rather than the people who manufactured it. Yeah, Nothing here sounds terribly bad, especially when it's like, oh, the area is known for like rival gangs and stuff, which at least a few, maybe more kids could potentially be a part of. So nothing here is like egregious really to me, but yeah, as someone attending the school, I can see why it's like, man, this is annoying. My middle school banned anything that had artificial scents. This includes body spray, perfume, cologne, scented deodorant, and scented hand sanitizer. This was in 8th grade. We never could put on sprays during school because some kids would go overboard, but with the addition of the new rule, we couldn't even wear it to school. One girl said, "Can I wash my hair with scented shampoo?" The teacher replied with, "Yes." She then asked, "Then why can't I wear perfume?" The teacher had no idea what to say and blamed it on the handbook. No, yeah, I kind of get that one because I remember being in high school and people spraying way too much deodorant and guys with like asthma being like, "Oh, you're killing me!" Counter-Strike 1.6. They initially thought deleting and reformatting every PC in the school would help, but it just kept coming since most of us had it on our flash drives. It got serious to a point that a kid would be suspended if he was caught playing it. Maybe it's because I'm a gamer, but I always kind of thought that, I don't know, you could have video games in school, it could work if you just placed a heavy rule on it, an asterisk, there is a time and place for this sort of thing. I think games can be used to help educate people in things like teamwork, working together. It can also be a good way for kids to find common ground with each other. I don't know, that's just my thought on it. I'm probably wrong, I'm not a teacher. That, and I am too used to, at least in my experience of high school, people having an opportunity to do something cool and then squandering it and ruining it for everyone else. This is actually a personal one and it applied more to a class than an entire school, where we used to go up to the hills for a certain class and we were learning how to accurately read maps, and we would go off in groups, and one group decided, and it was full of jerks and one kind of semi-annoying guy because no one got to pick their groups, and they decided to desert this semi-annoying guy, in which we came back, it was like, where is he? We left him, and then we had to go find him, and when we got back to the bus, we were told, yeah, we're never doing this again, you've squandered this opportunity, why did you do that, you're stupid. Water guns. I did my last 2 years of high school in a Catholic school in Miami. During my senior year, I found my younger brother's water gun in my backpack. No idea why it was there, but anyone with multiple siblings know you find random things in random places. So I decided to fill it up with water, pull my sweater's sleeves, yes, it was 90-something degrees outside, but indoors was Arctic, over the water gun so you couldn't see it, and proceeded to walk the halls while randomly shooting it in the air, confusing people as I went. I got the bright idea to start actually shooting my friends in the face, because why not? I somehow had sniper-ready skills and was able to get you down the hole right in the eye, which became a standing challenge to all the guys since I'm a chick, and damn that Latino machismo and Catholic upbringing. The next day, a couple of other seniors brought in little water guns and attacked people. The following day, a few more, to the point of the seniors running up and down the halls, stairs, jumping into classrooms, hiding around corners just for the perfect shot. The underclassmen thought they could get in on the action until we declared that if a senior caught you with one, we could confiscate it and then drench you with it. We were able to get away with our water war for exactly 1 week before the buzzkill dean of students announced that anyone caught with a water gun would be suspended. Licorice. We would buy the licorice from the tuck shop, the type that had 3 or 4 strings together and be long enough to swing. We would run around during lunch swatting each other with them. One day they just stopped selling and stocking them. That's when we started using those weeds with the big bindies on the end again, the ones that would dig and get stuck in your skin. Wearing red or blue shirts. I grew up in an area that was gang infested. It was so bad that some of the kids in elementary school and middle school were a part of those gangs. They also had locker checks for illegal substances and weapons. High security with fences in school grounds. This was in the late 90s to early aughts. I remember in elementary school they banned Happy Crack, which was basically just a bag of anything powdery and sweet mixed together. Go to school with a few packets of Kool-Aid, Pixie Sticks, and sugar, no one would care. Mix it together in a bag and it'd be a problem. Everyone would just eat the stuff. All it took was that one kid who snorted it to ruin the fun for everyone. In hindsight, it was probably a lot better for my health that the kid snorted that crap.
Amen to that, brother.
I was from an all-girls Catholic secondary school, and in our second year, the discipline master imposed a ridiculous no hugging for more than 30 seconds rule. Not sure why they started the rule, but it was rumored that they caught two girls getting it on in one of the bathroom stalls. Not surprising, all the girls knew it was a thing and were cool with it, and relationships were common, like any other school. Being an all-girls school, we were all super comfy with each other, and hugging your friends was common. So despite the rule, we'd purposely hug each other in front of the teachers and just stay there, casually counting to 30. Pennies. Pennies were banned at my school. We had this weird kid we all called Crazy Larry. Every week freshman year, this kid Larry would leave pennies in random places. In lockers, on desks, lunch trays, you name it. This persisted for 2.5 years. Junior year rolled around, and evidently a member of one of Larry's math class so happened to go to the bathroom right after Larry had left to do so. What he saw was almost unimaginable. Larry had been stuffing pennies by the roll up his butt. He would then go throughout his day and leave pennies anywhere he saw fit. You know, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. I've lost my faith in that now. Thanks, Larry. Crazy Bones. Tiny collectible plastic figures of random things like sharks, aliens, and sludge monsters. This was in primary school, aged 7 to 11 for those of you not from the UK, and they were insanely popular with pretty much every kid in this age group in my area. Kids being kids, it wasn't long before we were stealing them from each other, which it seemed like the teachers could mostly put up with, but even so, a few whole school assemblies were held over this. However, the last straw was one particular bullying incident where an 8-year-old had one shoved up his butt and had to go to the hospital. Letters were sent out to parents, and every school in the country banned us from taking them into school. Ah, those were the good old days. Goddamn, I remember Crazy Bones. I thought this was just kind of nice. I was like, oh yeah, I remember Crazy Bones. They were great. Used to flick them at each other, like line them up like little bowling pins and stuff, and see how many you could lock down by flicking one at them, and then nope, up the butt it goes. God damn, I wasn't expecting that. Now I'm just wondering, why the hell did the school go ban the Crazy Bones? It's the Crazy Bones' fault. Like, I'm sure that boy got reprimanded, sent to a juvenile detention center, removed from public school, as they probably should be. But why you gotta hate on the Crazy Bones? Pokemon cards were banned around 2003 because people were getting into fights, stealing them from each other, and trading them for more money than kids should have. I went to school in Jordan, so naturally we're all businessmen. After they banned it, a sort of black market emerged with code words and dealers that went by pseudonyms. We'd meet the guys in charge in between the trees in a hidden spot, and that's where the exchange would happen. It became a sort of mafia, a mafia run by 11-year-olds. Pogs, specifically the slammers, keenies we called them. People in our school would sharpen the metal ones in metalworking and technology class and throw them at each other. Toilet doors, to allow teachers to check if students were doing illegal substances in said toilets. I don't go to the school anymore, but my youngest sister says they are now banned from going inside at break times. Now, my school did have a serious illegal substance issue for a few years that ended up with 2 kids committing self-deletion after getting caught by their parents. After someone put Halo Combat Evolved on the network drive and it started to rival Microsoft Word for most used software in the building, they had to ban that. Unfortunately, the person responsible for making the announcement had the computer literacy of a mountain goat. So the official rule was something like, don't be downloading Halo websites on the computers. I don't know how long ago this person might have been referring to this, but like, goddamn, kids are so lucky nowadays to have a school where it's like, oh, at least your computers can play frickin' Halo or something. We were lucky enough if Happy Wheels frickin' worked on a good day on the school computers. Nipple cripples. A weird dude in my class got a lot of laughs by letting people give him nipple cripples. Apparently, after repeated and increasingly hard nipple cripples, the connective tissues behind his nipple broke. So this guy could literally stretch his nipples 5 to 6 inches off his chest. Obviously, being a teenager and a weird one at that, he went around showing everyone and their mother his new ability. He got warned about it several times, and the final straw was when he was seen by the administration with an equally weird girl sucking his nipples 5 to 6 inches off his chest. Oh my god. They immediately banned nipple cripples, but there was really no need. We were all pretty scarred by what we had seen from this kid. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but for those of you asking what this looked like, the best I can describe it would be an upside-down funnel. When he would pull on the nipple, all the loose skin surrounding it would come off of his chest, and a sort of cone-shaped base would comprise the first 3 inches, and the rest did pretty much look like a
penis nipple. It was probably a decent 3 to 4 inch diameter circle around his nipples of broken connective tissue, so I promise you, it came off his chest a solid 5 to 6 inches over 3 sports seasons during 3 years of high school. I can also tell you that it got to that point aggressively. He was literally tugging on that nip in the locker room every day, stretching it out, but who am I to judge, I guess? You could only kind of tell that it was messed up before he would pull on it. I'm not sure if that would eventually repair itself or just sort of sagged in the grossest way possible as he gets older. I hope you're happy now. I'm going to have PTSD nightmares tonight. Now, I only call them nipple cripples, which is what we call them in England, or at least that's what a lot of people I know call them in England, because they were calling them TT twisters, and I'm pretty sure TT, if you know what I'm trying to say, there is a no-no word on YouTube now because of all the goddamn rules of censorship and stuff. Google. Our high school had some kind of contract with this really crappy school-appropriate search engine called NetTrekker. They banned using Google in school because it wasn't scholarly. Only NetTrekker was allowed. They tried extending this to beyond the school. They wanted us to use only NetTrekker for internet searches outside of school and sent home a pamphlet about internet rules outside the classroom. They said that the students shouldn't have Android phones. I got a referral to having a Moto X smartphone. This was in 2015. Two-way hallways. Sounds crazy, right? The principal and his staff thought that it'd be a smart idea to have one-way hallways in order to cut down student traffic. If your locker was right around the corner and you had to go against the traffic in order to get there, you had to walk all the way around. If you passed your class on the way to your locker, you had to make 2 circles around the building. This significantly increased tardiness and write-ups. Terrible idea. Maybe I would make an okay principal. I wouldn't make a decision that stupid. At least I say that, but ultimate power corrupts absolutely, and as we are all aware, I'm sure, there is no power quite so ultimate as that of a school principal. Looney Tunes characters on your clothes. It was the 90s at a crappy school. Bionicles. We would smash them together, and whoever's helmet fell off first was the loser. So many bloody hands in 4th grade. Any liquid not in a clear plastic bottle, and then the only liquid we could have was water. The ban was because a girl in my grade got caught with vodka in a clear plastic bottle. Everyone in my school never understood the ban because vodka is clear like water, and the only reason the teacher even caught onto her was because another dumb kid was joking around about alcohol, and the idiot with the vodka threw the bottle away in the garbage next to the teacher's desk. Sack whacking. Guys would hit each other in the balls as a prank or whatever. Apparently it was causing a big enough problem that the entire school had to attend an assembly where the deputy principal informed everyone there has been a large outbreak of sack whacking. Entire school was laughing so hard, even the deputy, who was a really strict and uptight guy, started laughing his butt off. We were also banned from playing with large balls, basketballs, soccer balls, etc. at the same assembly. That was also received very well. Yogurt eating contests were immediately banned at my high school when an overzealous football lineman vomited about a quart of yogurt and then attempted to re-eat the yogurt to win the contest. Domino vomit effect throughout the cafeteria. Now hold on a second. What all of you may be thinking, and what the person who witnessed this may be thinking as well, is this guy is disgusting. I say, this young man has exactly what we need to take us to state, people! Candy necklaces at my middle school. One day a couple of my friends came into the playground before school started with a candy necklace each. We immediately got everyone's attention after we all demanded to know where they got them and how much they cost from the corner shop down the street in 10p as I recall. 1 or 2 others said they might go and get one for themselves before school started. That might go turned into them sprinting to the shop once one kid figured out how to weaponize them, holding one piece of candy between their teeth, stretching forward the elastic and biting down. It would catapult pieces of candy at whatever it was aimed at. That morning, a few kids bought a candy necklace each and played a game of firing bits at each other. The next morning, all 400 kids that attended that school were engaged in all-out necklace war. Every single one of us must have had at least one and our own technique for maximizing the firing rate. After doing our best recreation of trench warfare all morning and having the kind of fun that only comes with an entire playground full of kids all playing the same game, we were all ushered into the assembly hall to be told that candy necklaces were now banned. Nobody lost an eye, just in case you were wondering. I think I really vaguely remember people doing that with candy necklaces as well, but I don't think it ever caught on big enough that it became something that got banned. Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and Pokemon cards. Some of the kids at school started trading and selling them during lunch, but it got so bad as the kids were actually selling stolen cards they got from other students. My friend was swirly one morning for his deck, and later that day he saw a kid with his Dark Magician card. He knew it was his because he had a tendency to chew the ends of his cards. The teachers put a stop to all of it, including playing the card games and bringing them on school grounds. And here I am once again just thinking to myself, what would really happen if you just removed the children from the situation that were causing all of the problems? Would perhaps many children be deprived of a proper education? Maybe. In middle school, they banned the jersey of a Japanese baseball player on the Chicago Cubs. The vice principal believed that fukudome was actually a joke, and he believed it said, "F you, do me." True story. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. Put the playlist on in the background to finish listening to all the stories. And if you like Am I the Genius, give Am I the Jerk a shot. Linked in the description below.